Welcome to another episode of Things You Might Not Find Interesting, but I will share it anyway because I found it interesting. Today I'm going to talk about something that I've learned very recently, like 2-3 months ago. Now it might be something that you have known for years and there's nothing new for you, but I was still hoping that some people might be unaware of this. So it is something that most of you consume quite frequently. It is microwave popcorn. Now, when did popcorn become harmful? It's not that the popcorn is harmful, it is microwaved popcorn specifically. Is it so bad that you have to give up the flavors, the taste, and the convenience of having it ready in seconds when you're watching your favorite TV show? Well, I will let you decide that. Delicious as it may be, while researching this video, I found all sorts of things, and I'm not sure whether to still have it. And popcorn industry have gone through several changes, where every time there are new research being found showing new chemicals and also new laws coming into place enforcing the bans, so they have to constantly keep on changing. But it didn't start with popcorn at all. Back in early 2010, people working in popcorn industry was having this lung condition due to addition of this chemical called diacetyl, which were used in the butter flavor used in popcorns. What used to happen is their lungs used to become narrow and restricted so that they would have trouble breathing, right? And this condition was later named popcorn lung. Hundreds of workers were diagnosed with this disease and many of them died among them, right? It was later banned in 2007, so we don't use that anymore. Currently we use much safer chemical used for the butter flavoring in popcorn. This is not even the main concern of microwave popcorn. The main concern was the PFAS found in microwave popcorns. It's the chemical used in the packaging, right? So what is PFAS? So PFAS is per and polyfluoroalkyl substance, which is a carbon-fluorine bond, which is one of the strongest bonds in organic chemistry. It is used due to its water, stain, and grease, and resistant to high temperature. And they are also called forever chemicals because a carbon-fluorine bond is very strong and they're not biodegradable. So they exist in the nature without breaking down. One report in CDC found that PFAS chemicals is found in 97% of American blood. Don't worry, not just in America, it is found all over the world, even in Arctic. It got spread through disposal of consumer products, which releases into the atmosphere. The compounds gets released into the soil, water, and even through air, right? PFAS currently used didn't start with food packaging at all. Why does it feel like I've said this before? Okay. The first PFAS used in nuclear weapons development by the Manhattan Project during World War II. They realized, wow, if we can use it in nuclear weapons, maybe we can use it everywhere. And yes, we started using it everywhere. Since then, PFAS, due to its amazing grease and water resistance characteristics, it is used everywhere from non-stick, Teflon, paint, clothes, leather, pesticides, food packaging, aerospace industry, firefighter foam, due to its strongest chemical bonding. They're also used in medications. What is it about that we invent something and we start using it everywhere as if it's the act of God? And we're doing the same thing now as well. We will probably see the effects in the near future, in the next 50 years or so. PFAS has been building in the environment since they were first used in 1950s. To this day, we hear about 10 to 15,000 PFAS chemicals in our database, in the database where we store all the chemical names. There is a possibility that there are more PFAS chemicals that we haven't discovered yet. If you're wondering when did this video suddenly start to become about PFAS and less about microwave popcorn, I was thinking about the same thing, but I went into this rabbit hole, and there are so many things that I have read and couldn't help but include in the video. So EPA has set legal limit in drinking water for PFOA, PFOS, and 20 other known PFAS chemicals to be 4 parts per trillion. It's different everywhere. For example, in Germany, it is 20 parts per trillion for 4 common PFAS chemicals, and EU is going to ban 10,000 sum total PFAS chemicals and will ban export of such material. The EPA health guidelines for public water covers PFOA and PFOS. They were slowly removed by 2015 and replaced with short chain PFAS. Now Denmark has ended PFAS in food packaging in 2019. EU is going to ban this year on August 12, 2026. It's hard to regulate when there are at least 10,000 PFAS chemicals there and it's harder to detect. Like PFAS comes in 2 forms. One is a precursor form and the other is the terminal form. PFOS and PFOA are mostly in its terminal form and it's monitored everywhere, meaning they're non-biodegradable. And most of other PFAS are in precursor form, right? Researchers from SEAS have found this new method where they transform the precursor form into its terminal form, allowing them to collectively measure the unknown PFAS chemicals. And what are the health effects we found till now? Okay, there are a lot of studies being done, and I will share a few instances of what I found. So one such study is like in the Silent Spring Institute, Massachusetts based non-profit research organization, published research in 2017 done on 10,000 individuals from 2003 to 2014 for people who ate fast food more and higher concentration of the chemicals in their blood. The researchers have also found that people who ate microwave popcorn every day over the course of a year had PFAS levels of 63% higher than the average. The PFAS chemicals leach into the popcorn when kept for a long time. In a December 2020 study, a chemical called PFBA, which is a short-chain PFAS chemical, were linked to more severe COVID-19. Another study in 2022 done on children between age 7 to 12 in Greenland found lower concentration of diphtheria and tetanus antibodies. This image also explains all the diseases that we have discovered through the PFAS chemicals found in our blood. And certain PFAS chemicals are found to have effect in developmental children, decreased fertility, increased high blood pressure, reduced vaccine response, interfering with hormones, increased risk of some cancer. Given all that, certain PFAS can cause a disease, and among tens of thousands of them, it is difficult to determine which one of them have health concerns because it's harder to detect when it went to the bloodstream and for how long it will be there. A systemic review published in Exposure and Health Journal in 2022 reported that cost of PFAS-related disease in USA cost about $5.5 billion annually and can cost up to $62 billion. According to European Chemicals Agency, 4.4 million tons of PFAS can be released in the environment by 2053 if nothing else is done. Nowadays, short-chain PFAS are created in hope that it will be less harmful and toxic, but studies show that they have as harmful as the long-chain ones, even though they stay in our body for a shorter period of time, but they can significantly cause more issues in our tissues, reproductive system and metabolic system. There are blood tests that are available right now that can be done for knowing the PFAS contents in our blood. Now, thankful to PFAS is banned by the FDA in February 2024, which is very recent. Popcorn industry in US have moved towards alternative, and 90% of global popcorn is manufactured in US. So I think we can safely consume microwave popcorn today, but PFAS related diseases still remains a threat today. If you have watched till now, wow, like comment something that you find interesting or whatever you want to see next. Make more videos about it.